So we're in a 2014 on the court. Today's the day. Gonna rerun some speaker wires. Only getting audio to the rear speakers. So I gotta figure out what that's all about. I think they only tapped into the front, into the line out converter. So hopefully I'm not gonna have to remove the dash. I might have to remove the dash. I don't want to, but it is what it is. It all depends on where everything's at. And gonna have to go through and tap into the power for the new line out converter. Put in the remote. I already took the door panels off. I was working on the sails last night, hence why the door panels are off. So let's take a look. It's just I needed to make baffle rings for the speakers, giving them a little space, making some spacers. Hopefully they fit. If they don't, then he won't be able to use the new speakers. They're 6 3/4 of an inch. He was using 6 1/2. It looked like they didn't even use baffle. They just kind of put they drilled holes through them, self-tapping screws to hold the speakers in place. So I'm probably going to use that for the rings, for the baffle rings, and then sit the new speaker on top. There's still a little bit of a gap because it's still touching the door panel. I don't want to mess with the sheet metal on the door. So I'm just gonna put some foam and make some room that way, and we'll see. It's crazy. It's already 10:30, so I gotta get this done now. So here's this driver's side. We're gonna have to, where the self-tapping screws were at, it's kind of weird offset. So if anything, I'll make new. I'll put some threads on there. I'll figure something out, but that's done. Tweeters are out. I gotta do that side, and now to take all this off, all the way in the back seats, and let's go from there. So this is the 6th channel. It's an R600 by 5. There it is. He has a Q box with the P210 in there. Perfect. A D4, so it drops it down to 2 ohms. Here, it's the speaker leads. Kind of some Mickey Mouse shit, but we'll I'll try to salvage as much as I can, if anything. But right now it looks like it has a 5-channel on and the switch. So this, ultimately, we're gonna switch that to 5 channels. So gotta remove this. Gotta turn off the power. Gotta remove the so that I don't short anything out. So let's do that. So closer inspection. It's gonna go disconnect the battery first, the negative and whatever, so I don't short anything, right? What the fuck is that? This is 8 gauge on a 5-channel. I can't tap into that. I called him and I said, hey, what do you want me to do, man? That's bullshit, man. So I have to go in my stash, and I'm gonna have to rerun his wire. Hopefully I have enough 8 gauge. Looks like I might. To run to the back. If anything, I'll have to put it underneath the seat, but we'll see. So, all right. So I found the remote turn on. Wire, green wire coming through, wasn't tapped. So this is what they did. They put one of these big ass ATM fuses, and they tapped it into this wire right here. I'm assuming that's a remote of some sort. So what I'm gonna have to do is piggyback off of a fuse on his fuse box. That's my preferred method. I don't like doing that. Pretty sure there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not something I like doing. There's a ground here that's tapped into that. It doesn't look factory to me. That looks kind of shoddy job. So I'm gonna trace that back and see where that goes. Maybe I can find LOC through there. Anyway, that's not that bad, but I'm gonna show once I get this out of the way where they fish the power through. Okay, so this is what it looks without the seat. Now, could bypass a lot of stuff, okay? But this is just wrong. This is the ground. That's way more than 18 inches. I could bypass that, right? I'm like, okay, sure, but at least sand to frame, man. Come on, people, please. What are you thinking? All right, so I found out where the line out converters are. They're right here. So it seems that they tapped into here and used the factory wires to feed the signal to the speakers, which seems that we're somewhat crimped back into this location. So I think this is all right wire. This is not bad. So what I'm probably gonna end up doing is reusing these wires for the signal to the back, and then running the sky high to the front from the amp. It's a 16 gauge, so this is all right stuff. It's just this is some Mickey Mouse bull crap right here going on. So I got to make sure I document what's connected to what before I start tearing this apart, because this looks like a freaking headache, man. I gotta find where the line out and line in. I don't know why they cut this wire, man. What is going on here? This is the problem when you're working with somebody else's stuff that you gotta fix. Anyway, sorry, I digress. I will give you guys an update. Hopefully not, and hopefully this gets done sooner than later. This is a pain in the butt. One more thing. That's where they ran the wire, which is fine. There's a factory grommet there, but they didn't put another grommet on there to protect. That's kind of necessary to have. You don't want to start shorting out. So what I'm going to do is use a strap drill and drill about 3/4 of an inch and put a grommet there for safety purposes. So let's do that. All right, the power's ran. Went through the firewall where the existing wire was at. This is gonna be mounted down here. I'm gonna zip tie it. It'll be safe. Zip ties, a lot of people don't like, they'd rather mount it somewhere, but that's not what we're doing here. So ran power through there, found the factory ground, and I went ahead and used a wire brush down to bare metal on my drill. There it is. I have some electrical tape to kind of keep it honed in, keep it together. So this should be enough. Luckily, I'm made it. It's gonna make it. This is the remote. Crappy remote. It looked like it's fine. So they did tap into a remote and put a fuse. I don't like the fuse, but it'll work. Now this is the mess that I have to figure out. What's what? It's a freaking mess. So this might take me like 4 hours to figure out. Hopefully not, but let's see. All right, so there's these two wires coming from this and this, right? So coming from the driver's side door. I don't know why they did this. Why? There's just, it's nuts. I don't know what wire to. I don't even think I'm going to be able to use any of this wire. I have to rerun everything. I don't know why. So just everything's spliced together, and these two wires are cut. I don't know why these two wires are cut. I'm not going to be able to use any of this. I have to find the signal. So, that's all my complaining for now. Stay tuned.